Butterflies, and welcome back to another exciting episode of Butterflies in My PP, a sexual health education podcast for Nigerians and Africans, because sex affects us differently and it's high time we start talking about it. Today's episode, we'll be discussing oral sex. All you need to know about giving and receiving oral sex. Now, oral sex is a big part of foreplay and lovemaking, though there is no right or wrong way to do it, because it really depends on the recipient. There are preferred ways. Oral sex for some can be just as pleasurable, if not more than penetration. Before we get into it, I want to clarify some things. So here, number one, I want to clarify some things regarding oral sex. Number one, your private parts are unique. The vulva and the penis comes in different shapes and sizes. And I say this is really, really important because I myself did not really know that other female genital areas looked so different. We'll get into that. Number two, everyone has a smell. Everyone has an odor. And what you need to do is avoid perfumes or deodorants down there because it can affect your pH levels, irritate you, and then have discharges which smell. Watch your diet, take your vitamins, and drink a lot of water. Number three, everyone has a taste. Since we're talking about oral sex, your mouth with genitals, just be aware that everyone has a taste. We all have a different taste down there. As long as you're healthy, you're eating well, you're hygienic and drinking enough water, it should be all right. Number four, there is no risk of pregnancy when it comes to oral sex. So no swallowing sperm will not get you pregnant. We'll get into that. But there are high risks of sexually transmitted infections. So be aware of that. Quick breakdown of what oral sex is. Oral sex is using your mouth and your lips or your tongue to stimulate your partner's genital or anus. You can give or receive oral sex. All right, so let's dive straight into the good stuff. Joining me today on the show to help us discuss more on oral sex. Give it up to my boo, my girl. Omo Eko. Which tribe?
Yoruba Ondo.
Okay. Welcome to Butterflies in My PP.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so we're going to go straight into it. How important is oral sex for you?
Very. I think it's even more important than penetration itself.
Wow.
Yes, because I feel like there are, I don't know how to say this.
You're blushing.
There are, different ways you can enjoy your partners without having to be hitting a particular spot in your
Okay, break the difference.
I'm just saying.
No, you're not. You're not just.
You understand what I'm saying?
I don't.
Oral sex is something that I feel should be enjoyed. Should be enjoyed the same way anybody or any person would want to enjoy penetration, right? Like you said earlier, there are different sizes, there are different odors. Same way you're eating fruit, they are different. The same way you would eat your date is not the way you would want to enjoy your mango. The way you would suck your orange is not the way. It's not the way you would want to eat your banana. I mean, there are things there are
banana, mango. These are fruit. I've never thought of sucking a banana. Okay, I like.
Okay, so as I was saying, the way there are different. People have different sex organs, different shapes, different sizes. As long as you are healthy, you should not cancel that part of trying to enjoy oral sex. I know some brothers, let me use that word, some brothers in the sexual department that will tell you, oh, no, if they're not, having proper sex, they're not. And I'm like, you're what's the word now? You are not enjoying the whole aspect of sex itself. You should enjoy it. It is wild. It is
but
deep.
It's not everybody that's why I'm pretty intrigued to know. So you said it's very important for you. Why?
Because it is sweet.
Which part of it now?
Every part of
oral
it.
Sex is so broad.
Just every part of it. Giving, receiving, the way you would even give it. Yeah. And I also feel once it comes to oral sex, you should don't be dependent on your own knowledge. Google, watch videos, ask your partner, how do you like
communicate?
Do you understand? How do you like to receive it? How would you like me to, sound or, things like that. It's a two-way thing. You're giving, and don't be that partner that just wants to receive. Bro, you should also give. If you're not ready to give, then you should not receive.
And you should. I don't want to receive if you don't know how to give.
Of course, I would not.
So that thing that you said about
because if I'm gonna give, I would give it well. So if I'm gonna give you, you should give it well too. And if you are not able to give well, and we communicate, these things, you should be able to learn and go and do proper research and do properly. If not, bro, then you won't get it.
There's no point.
Do you understand?
So would you say that you are more of a receiver or a giver?
I am both. Because it depends on my mood. It depends on what is taking us there. I am both. I give well and I receive well.
Well is relative. I think a lot of men feel like they do a good job. And because women are not vocal enough, we're lying to them.
That's why sometimes I stand to be corrected, but that's why I feel sometimes when it comes to oral sex, guys tend to enjoy it more because ladies would always, they're not hitting the spot properly, they're not nibbling on your clitoris properly, they're not licking you properly, you're just there. But for a guy, he would even be the one to adjust your head and tell you, do this way, dip it in, But for we ladies, because we don't want to speak about it, you're just there and maybe some people will fake months and even. But once you speak about things like that, you should be able to enjoy the same way the guys enjoy.
Something that I realized, I think that a lot of women don't direct or speak about it because they themselves don't know. You see, men, they have an erection. Therefore, it's an outer experience. It's a physical experience. You can see it. Therefore, they play with it at an earlier age. Then we would insert a finger up there at an earlier age. Do you get? So they tend to know their body a lot quicker than we do. So it's easy for them to it's easy for men to die because I feel like they do it on themselves quite a lot. Whereas women, some of them don't know their bodies. They don't know what they like. They just know that whatever you're doing, it's not really hit in it.
I agree. I used to have this friend. I have this friend. I mean, we're still friends. That she was once married for about 7 years. And in the 7 years, she said with her full chest that she never received head or gave head in 7 years. And so
before she was married?
She got married as a virgin. Right.
Wow.
So when we're talking about these things in the office and she hears conversations about how the receiver talk always like this, that she'll be like, how is
it the same thing?
I'm like, doing? Madam, try it. And when she left the guy she was married to, then I'm remarried. And luckily for her, the second person she got married to is very freaky. And she's like, come on, more. That's in the talk that time, like true. So I feel is if you've not experienced it, you would not know the difference
until
of
you hear people talking about it.
So be free to ask questions. Know the kind of people you're asking the question that will not judge you, but be free and you're on your own time. Google. There's no limit on what you can watch.
Research.
Do your research yourself. And oral sex is something that should be enjoyed. That's what I can just say.
It should be enjoyed. Yeah. Funny enough, I need penetration.
You do? I didn't get that.
I need penetration.
Okay.
Yeah, you can't. It's not. And I say this, so I'm easy.
Okay.
I'm easy. Like I've said this before because I've actually, if we have sex, I've had sex with you in my mind. I've chosen you in my mind. I've played with you in my mind, and the physical interaction is a bonus. Now it's whether you live up to what's in my mind, which is difficult because you're giving the person high expectations, whether they meet it or not. But I find that I don't need as much oral sex. I don't know. I don't need
there's some people that would not enjoy the proper sex without having oral sex. I have girls that will tell you if he has not spent, exaggerating, 20 minutes on this particular, there's no way.
I thought you meant spent money. Because that can make me come too.
No. If you've not spent this particular time in oral sex, there's no way I would enjoy And I've had guys that would say, "Oh, you have to do a certain level of before we can enjoy," you know. And that's why I said
People
earlier,
are
communication with
different.
things is just I think it makes job easier than you just thinking, assuming for people, oh, I don't want her to think, or I don't want them to see me as, bro, speak about it. Because at the end of the day, you're the one enjoying it.
It's for you.
It's for you, so speak about
Yes.
it. If you don't, if he's biting you too much like a tree,
Oh no,
talk
but babe,
about it.
sometimes it's hard. Hold on. Oh my
Is what?
gosh. Do you remember growing up when you had, I don't know, you ever had guys with sock Bobby for the first time?
Squeeze and see water. Oh.
The squeezing part, maybe because you have. You have a lot more to squeeze than I do. You're working with just nipples with me. But they
just suck it out.
The nipples so hard.
And because you were younger, you didn't speak about it. You were just, enjoy it.
It was, and it'd be so painful. So painful that you can't even wear a bra.
But to be fair on them, to be fair on guys like that, there's some ladies that love pain. Some ladies prefer pain to pleasure. So they want, so maybe they are used to
learn.
That's why I feel, that's why I
feel
you should communicate. You don't just touch a woman's body and start.
Listen, if you suck my nipple so hard that it's that painful, I ain't communicating nothing to you.
It's just slap the person. The person will know that what is happening.
Then they revert back to their old ways again. I've said this before. I don't have time to teach you sex. I really don't. This is
if you like the person,
masters, PhD levels.
So
if you're in primary school
if you like
and you're
the
in
person
nursery,
enough, speak about it. Okay, you're not doing this properly. Okay, try it this way. It might be better this way.
No.
Really?
No.
You just let the person go like that?
Yep. Because there are so many men
good
out
people
there.
Out there.
So many. And then the ones where I know, my life, I have to talk. I talk too much in my real life. So if we meet and we're having, for me, it's energy. So from the level of that energy, I can already tell how much energy and concentration you'll give to my body.
Okay.
Yeah, from that. So if your energy is, and then I'm like, okay.
The only reason why I think I might withdraw from a guy like that is probably if we've spoken about it before and there is no change. But at first, I'm not, nah. If I like you enough, I would want to speak, okay, try this way. Just try it. You might like it, so try it this way.
You suck my nipples too hard, and then they try to suck it softer and not hard, and then it's not soft and
so you tell the person, take it, try like you're taking not orange, really?
Next. I ain't got time. Is there anything that so oral sex is very, very broad. Very broad. There's kissing of the genitals, the neck, there are other
thighs,
inner thighs. The different things, but is there anything, the anus, rimming?
Rimming.
Yes. Are there any things that you don't like to receive?
When I was younger, I used to say I would want to, try the rimming thing, but I don't think.
Where did you first learn about this rimming of a thing? By the way, if you're watching, rimming is, so your anus has the ring around your anus, it's called your rim. And rimming is when you lick the outer part of your anus, and maybe you might insert a tip or a finger, but yeah, rimming, that's what it is.
To your question, I think the first time I heard, or I've not experienced it before, because ordinarily when I take too much sugar and I have pie, I know what that pain is. So I don't even want to try it. I don't think I will ever have the balls to want to try that. But I mean, to a guy, I think I'm willing to try, because I hear that guys.
You've never received?
No, I'm not.
Is there like?
No, I'm not.
Person never lick your bum bum.
I will just push your head away. Come forward.
Are you serious? Why?
There's enough space in front.
Really? It's never. I don't like it, but I had to experience it to know that I don't like it.
So I'm a very, I don't want to say freaky person. I feel like if I try it, I may enjoy it.
What's the problem?
But so the thing is, there's some pain that I don't want to get used
to. What is painful about a tongue? We're not talking about sodomy. We're not talking about inserting.
Sis, I hear there's stages to this thing now. When you put tongue, you want to put something else now.
No, hold on. Maybe you go educate me. What's the stages? As far as I don't understand.
Really?
Really. We're here to learn. Rimming is just the tongue.
So when you put the tongue in there, the guy might want to try with his finger later, or try with his dick later. I might like it, and I don't want to like that kind of pain.
Okay.
Do you understand? So I feel that the same way I always say. Some ladies love
I
pain.
say fair enough, but I
don't
say it
agree.
lightly. Fair enough meaning that it's very important in sex for it to be consensual. It's very important.
Of course,
to
it has
have,
to be consensual, but I mean,
boundaries and respectful. But then I'm like, okay, so where's the problem if you do like it?
Maybe I'll leave that to when I'm married. But right now, I don't want to try that.
Rimming, we're not saying anal sex. They're like two totally different things. You feel like it starts if you can rim, then it can lead to.
I don't want to try that.
Interesting. That's another. But you don't mind giving?
I've never tried it before.
Really?
No, I've never tried it before.
What a wow!
I've never tried that before.
Making me feel. Why are you blushing? I've actually never. I came into this not knowing. I've never met anyone that's not been rimmed or has not given.
I've never been rimmed.
Has anyone tried to rim you?
Like I said, I usually push the head, focus on the mission in front.
So you're afraid of liking.
So I feel like there are some pains that you might like.
Stop saying pain.
It is painful.
No, it is not. No, people listening will take it.
It's painful.
Rimming is not painful.
Rimming is
uncomfortable. Painful. Yes. Pain, no. Because there's nothing heavy.
So why would I want to do something that's uncomfortable? Why would I?
I'm uncomfortable because I don't like it.
So why do you want to do anything?
I don't do it. I don't like to be rimmed.
So why are you not making me feel like
because you want to feel like that?
Oh, really?
I don't understand. What I'm making you feel like no.
Okay,
it's interesting.
Okay.
I know now you don't give and you've never received.
You said you've never met anybody that has not received.
Yes.
So I mean, so you're
no both. Like so, I don't like to receive. It's uncomfortable.
But you rim.
I like to
it.
give.
Oh.
And do I like to? Yeah, I like to give. No, do I like to give? I like to put my finger in. Listen, I like to explore. So if I see that I'm doing something and you are enjoying it, I'm gonna do it double. And you find that niggas are. It was a man that introduced me to rimming, and it was from oral sex, like what we're talking about. It was from giving a blowjob. And then from giving a blowjob, you now scoop up the ball bags, and then from the ball bags, the gap between your scrotum and your anus is really, really small. And then when you are giving, when you are licking the ball bags, and then Bobo is lifting up his bum and pushing your head lower, where's that lower going to? The anus. So you just continue the licking from there, and then they lift up their legs even higher. It's a very, very submissive position to be in for men.
You know that.
And it makes me feel powerful. A man lying on his back with his hands up and his two legs up like this. And
I surrender.
A man that in real life holds so much power.
That's why I was gonna say something now. So it was 2-3 weeks ago. I was having this freaky conversation with a proper alpha male, proper one.
I want him.
And he was saying to me, it's like
on my show. I want him on my show.
And he was saying to me that we should forget about this LGBT thingy and blah blah blah. That do I know that for real, guys get this sexual. No, is that how you said it? Guys love it when something is, India. So I'm like, if guys love it, if that's where you get your sexual orgasm from, or however I said. Why is the gay thinking, in quote, condemned? So I'm like, okay, so would you like a lady, you being an alpha male, would you like yes, hell yes.
Would you like a lady what?
To do the old, not just tongue, not tongue, fucking, proper like fingering and, the old dildos. And he said, and so I'm like, if you can allow that.
Hold on. He allows a dildo.
Then the tiny bullet thing into.
Bullet, yeah, but he allows a dildo.
He said it, whether he was saying out of.
So what, do you think that makes him gay?
No, for me, no. Okay. But so that's my annoyance when people like him condemn
gayness.
Do you understand?
But it's interesting. I don't know where I stand on that because I've not thought about it long enough. Okay. But what I do know is when people say if a heterosexual man can have anal sex with a woman, then he can have anal sex with a man.
Yes. It's just like, logical. No,
yes, it's not logical.
It is logical. Something is entering.
Okay, break it down.
It's just who is giving you what is entering.
God forbid now.
It's like you're eating food. Who is cooking your food for you?
Mba. Check. Okay, let me give this analogy, yeah?
Okay.
Sex is not just the penetration. Do you know what it means for another man to hold another man's waist? You see, you guys you forget the act that leads to this. No, forget. Because having another man bent naked. Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh, no, let me land. Another man naked. And you being sexually aroused by this man's nakedness and the thought of you being intimate with that man. And then obviously there's foreplay because he will not just bend down like that. So the foreplay that will lead, babe, all of these things are what defines you to be gay or not gay. So it's not just about, if you can penetrate a female, then you can penetrate a man. No, because what goes into the process of penetration is different. Now, you not only have another man bent over, but the experience, because what you are holding is not a woman's nyash, is different. So bending over, having another man bent over, and then your penis has to stand and stay stood because a man's bum and anus is not as attractive as a woman. And then you have the sound effects. I don't know what they sound like, but can a man groan? There's some men in the studio. Can you groan?
General question.
Please, how does men moan? Someone moan for us. Can you sound constipated? So, babe, it's different. For me, anyway, it's different. So the price.
I feel it as long as you can collect it. Anybody that gives you collect. Yeah.
Wow.
Because at the end of the day, something is entering and you're enjoying it. So it's not who cooks the food for you, it's how you take the food in.
Wow. You see, where I'm a bit torn is when you enjoy the toy, not the being. There's so much more that goes into being.
Okay, so are you saying it's okay if it's the woman that is not doing the proper
I'm not saying it's okay. I'm just saying. I'm questioning.
You're sounding like a guy receiving from a guy might be the issue with you, right?
Listen, if you're receiving from a guy, you're either you're homosexual or you're bisexual. You're receiving from a guy. Now, if you've never received from a guy and you don't have any desires to be with a man, but you enjoy anal stimulation because there is a G spot for men in the anus, it's called the A spot. I don't know if that makes you gay. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. So having a toy inserted is different than having a being. Because you've got to relate with that being. Right or wrong? I don't know. We're up for discussion. It's interesting, right?
I don't know.
So you feel like if you can take it in an ass with a toy, then you gay. Interesting.
Yeah. I mean, I stand to be correct, but that's how I see it. Like as long as so you're talking about a guy holding a guy's. So what about a guy? Okay, so not the guy now putting his penis in guy's bum. What about the finger?
What about it?
Is that okay?
Yeah.
It's okay.
I don't think having a finger up your ass makes you gay or enjoying a finger up your ass.
A guy.
But another man. Listen, if two men are interacting in a sexual way, you're gay or you're bi.
That's what I'm saying. So I just.
But if a woman is inserting a toy in you or inserting a finger, does that make you gay? I don't know.
I don't know, man. Let's leave it like that.
I
don't know. Let's leave it like that.
I don't know. I mean, I like to think the men I've been with are heterosexual. Maybe they're not, but some of them, a lot of them, enjoy a finger up there.
For me, any guy that enjoys anything in his ass is gay.
Me, I be weird. I like the finger because they do me like saying Toto. It's so weird. But for real, what? It's like such a squishy sound, and then the feeling in your finger.
It's always wet.
No, you rim it. You wet it with your tongue. If you're giving a good blowjob, let's talk about a good BJ. If you are giving a good blowjob, it must be water sanctified. If it is water sanctified, then it is good because it is dripping. So when it drips down to the ball bags, you follow the drip. Okay? After you follow the drip, you make sure that you use some of that drip and moisturize the rim and prepare it. So for moisturizing the rim with your tongue, you then, so I don't like people to feel uncomfortable sexually.
Okay.
So it's important to have discussions before sex. So I always ask, do you like to be rimmed? Do you like a finger there? And I think a lot of them are not honest during the conversation.
But when the action gets there.
So when we have sex, I like to like push the bar a little bit to see, you know, stop it. No, you're saying no, but you're undressing. Do you get? So I find that some men will be like, oh, no, I don't like that. I don't do that.
I don't do
but
that.
then after like good oral sex and a good BJ, you see nigga be twisting like worms in there, man. And they'll be shifting, they'll be shifting the nyash up. Meaning you're not getting to where I want you to get to. And then, you know, they'll be getting there. And then you just insert. So I'll just put like a finger there. And if I see an aggressive, like, I'd be like, I'm no go. But then I find that when I insert a little finger there, here's a key note. This is how you know if a nigga minds or don't mind.
Okay, tell me.
Always ask. Anything around the anus that is uncomfortable clenches. So if you're proceeding with that area and you put a finger, normally they will clench. Yeah, because it's like what you do? No. But if you're there and their bum cheeks are still sort of relaxed, but their body language is saying something else, okay, we go play. After playing, I go back there again. And then you realize that from a tip, like your whole finger goes in there after a few weeks or a few months.
Okay.
Girl, I can't believe you've never been raped or you've never given. That's so rigid. She says, okay. All right, so let's talk about female genitals. So receiving oral sex, giving heads. It's a big thing out there. Apparently, not apparently, a lot of men don't know what to do down there. And I have to give it to you, men. It's not easy to know this because every woman differs. What is it for you?
Just a clit.
Just the clit.
Even when it comes to fingering, they all doesn't work.
Explain. We're here to talk to the men now. Talk to the men.
I'm saying don't be aggressive about it. Just be soft about it. Once the dick gets in, the dick is hard enough. So
oh wow,
for me,
I like that.
For me, so but once you're using your mouth, or you're using your hand, be soft. Let the dick do the hard job. You know, don't. But some ladies like it.
It's hard.
Some ladies like it
when you're not moist. It can hurt if there's not enough lubrication.
Okay, so then lubricate it.
So when you lubricate it, even when they're hard, does it hurt?
Does it hurt? Is that your question? It doesn't. It doesn't. You should enjoy it. I don't know. I don't know how else to say it, but just enjoy it. Tell him, okay, it's been too fast, or you're being too hard, or no, try your thumb, or okay, no, use your what do you call this?
God, do you have all this dialogue while you're? I don't dry finish. You're exited. What? All of that dialogue while you're having. What is the meaning of that?
No, yes, you communicate so that you can enjoy it together.
That's a lot of dialogue.
It's not. So you just like do your thing, be in control.
No, I like for you to come prepared.
A man cannot know everything.
You will not know anything, but you go know something.
Oh yeah, so you have. So it's like I always. I'm a whole meal. I always say this. I always say this. I always say this. The way you will be with a slim person is not. It can never be the way you will be with me being a plus size lady. It can never be. And you, I don't know if you've heard guys say, "Oh, okay, she's meaty down there." You can't.
But you can be meaty down there and still be slim. Yeah.
I'm going somewhere.
Oh, please.
I'm just saying, if you've been with a slim person and is not meeting down there, and you're coming to meet me, that is it's going to be a different ballgame entirely. So if I know that, okay, your past partners are like this.
Yeah.
I'm different. So try this with me. Try it this way with me. I like it this way. I want to enjoy it this way. So, you know, I always, because again, at the end of the day, now me, they enjoy this thing. The pleasure is mine, the pain is mine. 100%. So it has to be done. Do you understand? So it has to be done in the way that I would always want to look back and be like, I always flash back to sex. Always. God help me.
Always.
You know, when you're done and you're like, okay.
Always.
Do you understand?
The flashbacks keep me in my dry seasons.
Do you understand? So I don't want to be like, oh, what are the other person did? I want to be like, oh, he did it this way. Oh, I want to always
But it's always so
enjoy.
nice when you don't direct and you just like, oh my, this guy did something.
No, sometimes you
amazing.
can take the wheel, do your thing, but do it right. You can't, if I'm not enjoying it, well, what are we doing?
So for you, it's clitoral
Yeah.
stimulation. Okay.
It doesn't have to. Even with sex toy, that's why most of my sex toys is not
They're vibrating.
Yeah, it's not
I find
the
it
dildo thing.
All right, so let me just give the viewers some pointers on what to do to a woman down there. Since you're on that,
Giving a good head, you mean?
Giving a good head. Your own is just clitoris. Okay, so guys, we'll give you some pointers on how to give good head, or at least this is just the basics. The basics, yeah. So you can start off by kissing the inner thighs with soft and moist lips. Go get Vaseline if your lips are dry. I know Nigeria is hot, Hamatan, things are hot. Just make sure your lips are soft and moist. Yes, and then you can go and try and flicker the clitoris with your tongue, preferably the tip of your tongue. And while you're doing that, think of a puppy tongue, almost like licking an ice cream. Yes. So maybe buy ice cream and lick. Now that you lick an ice cream, you can take mental notes of how that's done. And then you can maybe insert your tongue if they like it. You can also play around with if she has flaps. Not all women down there have flaps. I didn't know that.
That's why I say you also communicate.
Until I saw a certain celebrity's sex tape. And I thought, whoa, that looks different from mine. Did you ever get that? We're not all the same down there, even physically. All right, so number 4, when they are ready for tongue to skin action, you need to spend a little bit of time licking the flesh mold that is around the clitoris. That's what we're talking about, the lips. So if they have lips, then play with them. Play with it, but play with it gently. And most importantly, no teeth. No frigging teeth. The same way men don't like teeth in blowjobs, don't use your teeth down there.
Again, sorry to cut you. Some ladies actually like with it. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Chineke, are you one of them?
Nope, I'm not.
So please share.
I have wild friends.
I do. So share. I know, I do.
I have wild friends. Same thing with the nipple. They'll tell you don't lick, bite it. They'll tell you don't do soft bite it. Because some ladies like pain. Like I said earlier, some ladies like pain. But mine is written there, pleasure and pleasure only. Do you understand? But some ladies like
So you're not into BDSM?
Mm-mm.
Never been tied up?
Mm-mm.
Never will be tied up?
If my husband is freaky, I'm ready. But
husband, come quick. She wants to experience plenty things.
Take your time.
Don't
understand. Take your time in coming, but pleasure and pleasure only.
Okay. Okay.
No
So women like the teeth.
Mm-hmm. They'll tell you, bite it.
What are you biting? The clitoris?
The lips, the clit. Yeah, they'll tell you, bite it.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. I have friends that will tell you, sometimes, even when they are done, and maybe we want to just be like, really? Are you crazy, girl? They'll tell you, they'll show you scars. And I'm like, really? Like, for what?
Scars from biting?
Mm-hmm. So not scars that you'll be peeling, not those ones that you'll be peeling, but you will see it there.
Wow.
Mostly if maybe you are next door when the thing is happening. So almost immediately that pressure is still. I'm like, really? So after sex, you now start nursing pain.
Yeah. How are you seeing it?
They're my friends now. We speak about...
So they open their legs and show you?
Yo, are you joking?
I'm asking.
Yes.
Oh, really?
Because I'm the calmest of all my friends. Unless you're giving me
head, there's no way I'm opening up my legs and vulva and showing you where a bite is.
No, if we are very close.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. You would be that free.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
How about fingering? What are the do's and don'ts?
As long as it's light.
Light.
Lightly. Not, it's not shovel. Don't do it like shovel. You can do it as, let me see how, I don't know, do it lightly. Like I said, the dick will do leave the dick to the hard thing.
I think that's what I learned from
leave the dick
you.
to the hard thing.
And most importantly, ladies and gentlemen, wash your hands.
Yeah, be clean.
It's so important.
Aside hand, please, mouth. So go to the doctor. Check if you have sore, if you have your teeth has,
yes,
check
but that's far.
It's not far.
If we just no, that's as
saying
in
for you
do it.
personally.
So yes, it's important. I agree. Why I'm saying that's far. I mean, in the sense of in the act, you're just had suya.
Sis, your hand can be clean, but your mouth is crazy.
No, I agree. But what I'm saying is that people overlook the fact that they have to wash their hands.
I just feel, aside from people that love quickie, right? I'm not a quickie person. I take your time with me. Like I said, I'm a whole meal. I take your time. So aside from people that love quickie, I just feel before you get into any sexual act, my friends see me as unnecessary freaking it. I'm big. I sweat a lot. So before I do anything that will make me sweat, let me wash off the sweat that is on me. Right. So my point is take a shower,
you like
be clean. You know, take a shower.
When you're clean,
smell good at first.
Yes,
then it
you can be more adventurous. It's easier for you to turn and
you're not conscious that okay, there's my non.
Yeah.
Maybe because I'm big, or maybe because I sweat. So I have this mindset
do an
already.
On big, but I didn't know if it was a thing. Do you think that you have sex differently because you're plus size?
I don't know, but I feel like it should be different. I feel like the space down there is different. I feel like the wall is different. I feel like the way we will call out heavily jar is different. So I feel it's different. I feel it's different.
I used to be over 100 kg. So I actually did, there's YouTube on that if you want to go and check it on my page. So I was over 100 kg, meaning I was like a size 18. And I came down to about 60 kgs, which is about a size 6. So I was really, really slim. And the only thing for me was that insecurities shift for me. So when I was bigger, my main problem was my thighs, my inner thighs. Okay. So I was just cautious about that, having someone in between and having to lift my thighs or having to think like, oh my God, look at my belly or my rolls, or just that consciousness in your mind. And then can he handle my weight if I jump into this position or that position?
So with me, I've always been a plus. I think the smallest I've always been is maybe 16, and I was really young. And I'm currently 22. Okay. And for any man to come and meet me for any relationship, I feel you should have the balls to love me and love my folds. I'm not going to be shy about having black ties, black spots, or have extra. My daddy would call it extra Michelins. Have a bit of. I feel I can't be. Sometimes I try to deceive myself and say I can't be this big and have small arms. I can't be this big and have when I've not done. I'm not a gym freak. I'm not a diet freak. I'm not gone on that the night before. I can't be this big and have some. So if you think you do not think you can enjoy or do all of me, please don't come close. Don't come close, because it will just be weird for me. Maybe when you're not looking at be in the shift next, and I wouldn't want to put myself in. So before I even go into that I would always use style.
Have that
and talk about it. Like, have you been with a plus size before? How has it been? Am I the biggest you've been with?
That's so interesting that you have that.
No, I would not, because I would not want to have sex with you and go behind and be thinking, okay, how did he see me? If he's comparing me with his past, am I? I would use. I can be very shy, so I would use style to ask questions. Am I the biggest? How has it always been? Would you want to stick with a big person?
The answer?
If they're lying, I don't know. But they always say, okay, for me to... Because
they attract...
For them to even come in the first place, then they want to be with a big person. So you should be able to handle everything. The thighs, the arm, tummy, everything. Handle everything.
I keep looking at you and I'm just like, I want to... no rim. Apart from the whole meal part, I'm the rimming part. I'm like, you can't tell me. But when it comes to oral sex and giving a blowjob, would you swallow or you spit?
I spit, I don't swallow.
Why?
I don't like the taste, I think. It's too salty.
So if he was giving you head and he had that same perception, how would you feel?
So we talk about it now. I don't know.
Me
and him. So normally, before maybe like 4 or 5 years, 5, 6 years back, right? I would not even want to try it at all, because My first
giving a blowjob.
giving a blowjob. My first experience with giving a blowjob, Baba just came in my mouth, brah. And I'm like, what the?
Give heads up.
I'm like, what the?
Yeah.
So it's a turn up for me.
Right,
Like
okay.
it takes, you now have to start proper turn
I
up for
don't
me.
know.
So I always ask, you want it, have you? Don't come in my mouth.
Oh,
Not a
wow.
kajal. Don't let us fight. Don't come in my mouth. Though. Before, let me know.
Right.
But don't worry, I won't just bring it up. But just let me know. That's trick to you. Don't come in my mouth because it is a turn off.
It's only happened to me once, and it happened in my early stage.
No,
like,
I think my first ex. So the guy was like, "Oh no, because you're too good." I'm like, "Oh, shut up."
Yeah, that's what they
please."
say.
Mm-mm.
No, but this nigga's dick was in my mouth for like 2 seconds.
I'm like, please give me heads up.
2 seconds.
Don't, please.
I think that's really, unless you have problems with holding or controlling, I think it's very rude. I think it's disrespectful.
But let me even ask, for ladies that, I don't know, for ladies that swallow, do they always know when a guy is going to? Because sometimes will tell you, oh, no, this is pre-com, or this is not regular.
Know.
You know when the guy is going to come in.
Babe, he's what? Those veins. Yes, and then when they are, I even know when it's even normal intercourse, not just head.
I don't know.
While we're having sex, I know when he wants to bust. I know when he's holding, and I know when he busts. And
I think so. I think no. Let me change that. I think the only way I would know when the guy is gonna nut in me is maybe when the what's it called that thing now? The pressure or the tension or his vocal. So his vocal expressions. Something's gonna happen. But say to feel it.
No, I feel it through the veins. I could be wrong, man. I mean, I don't know. I feel it through the veins and their expressions. So I don't know if I'm good at
expression. Yes, I will know that. Okay, something's about to happen.
My pull-out game is strong.
Really?
That's what it sounds like. My pull-out meaning when I'm giving you a blowjob. So my pull-out game,
say it, though.
I kind of like know when.
No, I'll tell you. Because I can get carried away, but once I feel, I'm like, what's this?
Wow, you get lost in it. No,
I would always, because I want to, because like I said, it's for me to enjoy. I don't want it to come in my mouth.
Do you enjoy giving head?
Yes.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah. My daddy watch.
Hi, Daddy.
Hi, Daddy.
My family know me. I don't spoil.
I know, right? But yes, I enjoy it.
I think that's something that women don't admit to, and probably something that men don't know.
What?
Women don't admit to, and men don't know that we actually like it.
Oh, okay.
I enjoy giving head.
I like giving head.
I do.
With the presence, yeah.
I do.
And I can be very crazy too. No oral thing. Let's just go straight to the point. Like mostly if maybe, for example, I've been honey for days or for weeks, and you now finally you don't want to now. No. Let's go straight to the point. And we can now replay and take our time. So the point
is straight to giving him head.
I'm saying, the way you do oral sex before the proper sex. Now, sometimes foreplay, thank you. Yeah. Sometimes if maybe I've held myself for a very long time and I want to eat you up, there might not be time for the oral turns. Let's go straight. We cannot come back now. Do you understand?
Okay, let's get straight into the cocoa.
But I have friends that will tell you
chicken before the rice.
Get it.
It's in the chicken, and then you come back.
Please don't hang my hand.
I didn't see that.
Take it.
I'm taking it.
Yeah. So I mean, let's go straight and we cannot come back. Yeah. Sometimes let's just go straight. Sometimes oral ultra, we don't even need to penetrate.
It's a lie. I will rape. Don't.
Are you serious?
What? You did, Chris?
Sorry.
You cannot start me because my finish is penetration.
Oh.
That's my finish. So when I have oral sex...
So with you always come with your finish?
No. I swear you on my own show, Weary. So I was on a podcast. Yes, I was a guest on someone else's podcast, and we had this discussion. And you were there.
And you said,
I said it, and I maintain it. I don't go into sex to have an orgasm, because if I did, I would probably live a very miserable life, because not everybody can make you orgasm.
Okay.
Yes. So I like I say, I have had sex with you in my mind first. And that's usually good. Now, you coming on top is a...
So are you saying even if you go long, like 20, 40 minutes,
why?
You still might not come?
Why?
Why what?
What are you doing on top of me for 20, 40 minutes?
He's not being on top. You
what's that?
Wait. Let me kill your issues. So what's the longest you've done sexually?
I don't keep a timer.
If you're going to
I
think.
don't have a clue.
So why you not saying that? Why you not saying
I
that
fuck
20
with
minutes
vibes.
is a lot of time?
I get bored easily. And you know, sex, yeah, you have to keep your mind there so that your body stays stimulated. Sometimes I get bored. I'm like,
So if you're not bored and you're going for 20, 30 minutes, you still might not come and you don't mind.
no.
Ha, girl.
No. And then
I need
maybe
to
I
find
can
a brother
come
for
for
you.
5. No, it's not finding a brother. It's that you see, we go into it for different things. I'm good.
Really?
Yeah,
Without coming.
the orgasm is a double bonus. It's the orgasm is like, oh my, wow. Like it's a
Oh yes, coming and orgasm
bonus.
for me is the same thing now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So come in and
So
orgasm.
you might have to, you don't mind not orgasm.
Yeah.
Ha.
Yeah.
Different too.
Yeah. You're different. I like the act. I like the penetration. I like the frosting. I like how it feels inside of me. And I may not always, it takes a long time for me to orgasm. And if you've had my
a long
body,
time for me to orgasm.
it does.
So I know that
I ain't got
if
that
it's
patience.
not going to happen, let's not even stress.
No.
Really?
I love the act. I love once we have good conversation. Once the vibe is good, I'm crazy, I'm wild, and like I said, I've fucked you and I've come before. So we're just doing it physically, and hopefully you don't need to have a big penis, but hopefully you know what you're doing down there, and it's playful, it's fun. I get wet easily.
So size doesn't matter for you too?
No, size doesn't matter. Does size matter for you?
I'm trying to question.
How can I not repay you with that kindness?
Does it matter? No, I don't think so.
Is it a lie?
I don't think so. I feel no, I don't think so. And this is me being honest. I don't think
so. If you got with someone first time and then he pulled his pants down, you're about to have
and it's
sex.
very small.
You're a bigger girl too. Does that affect?
Echo. Yes, now.
So a man's penis size affects the sex if you're a bigger girl.
I think for me, if you go in there and you're assuming that you're too small. If you go in there and I feel it's paining me, then you're too big. So what might be big for me might be small for you. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So the size doesn't really.
I was telling someone the other day about someone that I'd been with, and she's like, "Oh well, yeah. Oh, but I heard he's small," and I'm like, "Hey, yeah." Yeah, but he knows what he's doing. Like a size is never really that of a thing for me. Okay, interesting. All right, ladies and gentlemen, just before we wrap up the show, I think it's important for us to highlight here some of the sexually transmitted infections that you can catch from oral sex.
Yeah,
because it gets forgotten.
Yeah.
People think it's just penetrational sex. No, you can actually get sexually transmitted, yes, from oral sex. So here's some of them. Number 1, you can definitely get gonorrhea, chlamydia, HSV, and HSV1 and HSV2, syphilis, HPV, HV, and what other ones again? Okay, so some of the symptoms, in case there are some symptoms, there are sore throats, swollen lymph, just to name a few. Also warts. You can have warts in your mouth. Yeah. So these are the things that you should look out for. But unfortunately, some of the sexually transmitted infections do not have symptoms. So they can go without being treated. So I think it's important for us to know that you can get STIs from oral sex. Don't put your mouth everywhere and just anywhere, and even though the area may look listen, if I get with someone new, this has happened before, and sex is about consent, and more important is about enjoying it. So if you get with a guy and you're about to give him head and you see he has a scar on his pee-pee,
run.
Yeah, run. Don't do it. There's this one guy, we were sexually active together in the past. So we happened to just hook up again. But honestly, what made me not go there was I saw a scar on his pee-pee. And I'm just like, nigga, he's like, oh no, it's... I'm like, shut the F up, man. That was not there those many years ago. Like, go get that shit treated. I'm not putting my mouth there. So be empowered. Be empowered to say yes. Be empowered to say no. Be empowered to explore. That would be my leaving marks. What would be yours?
I think I would just say we should not forget to also add that for partners to enjoy oral sexual activity, there's some certain food you should try and avoid. Garlic.
Say that in the mic.
Onions, all those things that will
That's true.
bring.
Yeah,
yes, garlic is good
hygiene.
health-wise. Onions is, but
And even pepper.
all those. But if you want to taste sweet down, pineapple, papaya, all those things.
Sweet. And here's another fact, ladies and gentlemen. There's it's not been scientifically proven that pineapple makes you taste better. It is just a word being used, whether it's pineapple, apples, or orange. Fruits in general. What you put in your body is what comes out. There was a time I was so addicted to a particular mint drink.
Someone tell you cranberry. Once you take a lot of cranberry.
Cranberry is good for your for a woman's reproductive system in general. It's great for your pH level and balancing and things like that. It doesn't mean that you will taste or smell great just because of that.
I know that
fruits and
excessive
vegetables.
Garlic and onions just has this way of turning guys
off. Yeah, especially when that can be.
Nah, in fact, whenever I have conversations with, they'll be like, "No, now how could they smell like garlic down here?" I'm like, okay.
But you yourself, you're not gonna know. You're not gonna reason.
It's the same way I usually feel disgusted when I sit around someone that has body odor. Body odor or mouth. I'm like, can't you smell yourself?
They can't.
So it's the same way they will not know that they're smelling down there. So intentionally avoid things like this so that you don't be like, okay, but I just took a shower. Oh, but
it's not about showers.
Once you start sweating,
what you're putting in your body will come out through sweat. It will come out in your juices.
So intentionally avoid. I'm so certain of those two, garlic and onions. Intentionally.
The smell, it will come out down there. It will. And I don't know if other ladies do this, but if because Gamsini's out of town all the time, but when I know that I'm going to be sexually active a week before, I've already started cleansing. Yeah, because when you're clean, it's easier to enjoy sex. There's no limitations.
There's no limitation. Yeah. There's no restriction.
Baby girl, give me a high five. It's been fun. We'll definitely have you back. And just before you go, what gives you butterflies in your pee-pee?
That question is hard, though.
There's no right or wrong answer.
Money.
Hey! Everyone says money.
That's me. So you mean aside money? What else gives me?
No, just
physical
what else?
touch.
Physical touch.
Physical touch. Physical touch. I'm someone that if you assume with me, you failed. So I feel like once you know me, once we've communicated to an extent, and you give me that, you don't have to be that small. For me, is the what's the, how do you say that thing? Is the thought that counts?
So
once you do that, and I feel okay.
You're thoughtful. That's great. That's great. Thank you so much for being on the show. The great thing about this show is just to showcase the fact that we're all different and to showcase the importance of communicating with your partner. Make sure you have consensual sex, make sure you have safe sex, and hopefully you have great sex. My name is Destiny Amaka. We'll be back next week. Don't forget to follow and share this video with your friends and your loved ones and the audios. Bye, guys. Bye. Thank you for coming.
Thanks, baby.